Hello, everybody. Welcome to SparkNewZ. My name's Michelle, and I'm here with my wonderful host.
You already know my name, the young black stallion, Phil, not the black guy. What's up, guys? We got some interesting news for y'all.
Starting it off tonight, we're going to be talking about the hotel strike happening outside of the Ritz-Carlton and many other hotels in Boston. The strike is all caused because former employees of the Ritz-Carlton and other hotels are arguing that they are not getting the wage that they deserve and that one job should be enough. Along with that, they're fighting about a contract that is non-existent. They just want health care and leave of absence if it ever comes by.
Which is respectable because, as stated before, like, one job should be enough. Like, if I'm working long, hard hours and I can't work another job, then I should at least be able to pay off, like, my home and food with the one job I have. And I think that's what they're trying to argue for.
Yeah, and the Ritz-Carlton is, I believe, a multi-million, even billion probably dollar company that can definitely afford to pay their employees more and to give them a contract with health insurance and leave of absence if they need it and everything else.
And another thing that people are really looking for insurance on are their houses right now, because people in the Florida Panhandle got hit really hard with the Hurricane Michael winds and tropical storm that came in. And they're just asking for stricter building codes from their local governments because none of their houses, none of the buildings were prepared for such a devastating storm. Like, you can see the wreckage. Like, entire roofs were torn off of houses, and that only goes to show how bad the storm was with like 100-mile-per-hour winds. Like, it was insane. It's
definitely really, really tragic, and it just kind of goes to show that it's good to have a safety plan installed in case anything happens.
Yeah, because things can go haywire out of nowhere, and that's not even just talking in the Florida Panhandle, but also in our government right now with the whole Warren DNA testing going on. Because I'm not sure if you heard about this story, but Trump has been trying to disprove the case that Elizabeth Warren has any Native American roots, and I'm not really sure why he's going to such an extent to like disprove her, but she came out with factual DNA evidence that she does have Native American heritage, and she has gone on record stating that she was told at a young age that she does have Native American roots.
Was it mentioned what the percentage was?
I think it might have been like 1/500th or something of that nature. But over time, like, the older our nation gets, like, the farther away from our ancestry we do get.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that even if she is a very small percentage, if she's immersing herself in the culture and she's learning about it and she's, helping, and she's helping the cause, and I think that it's definitely something that she should talk about. It is a part of her identity, and Trump's just going on a tantrum as he usually does.
Who knows? It could all be a plot because he is, he might be running against her in the 2020 presidential election, as she might become one of the nominees.
And speaking of the 2020 election, we're also going to be talking about Taylor Swift, who has gone to Instagram to talk about the election and to kind of rally up the youth to register to vote. Young adults are actually the lowest percentage to register to vote, and she got about 2 million people to actually go out and register. So kudos to you, Taylor, doing something good.
Yeah, because she's actually trying to be a voice for our generation to tell us that we need to vote and like how to vote. Like, she's given all these youths like messages on how to vote, and like even like emails and like links on how to get to where, and that's been really helpful. That's why there's been such a jump in the amount of voters throughout America.
Did you register?
I have not registered yet.
Ah, good. So I'm pretty sure if you pull up Taylor's Instagram, you can go on and press the link.
Real quick, I can do it after the show.
Yeah, there we go. Just there. But also, speaking of things great, Canada has finally legalized weed. The police kind of trolling people on Twitter, asking Canadians, very nicely, of course, to stop calling them if they smell weed in the apartment or see somebody smoking a joint outside, that it's now legal, and to show everybody respect and kindness, because that's just how Canada is. As if healthcare, amazing people, and now weed. What more can you ask?
You really couldn't ask for more. I'm pretty sure Canada is the greatest country on this planet. Look at their amazing weed flag, because we had to change it.
We're trying to make a point.
Yeah, we're trying to make a point because they're being revolutionary, and I just love Canada to death. And like, even going off that, like, I love a lot of Canadian people. One of my favorite Canadians which is not Justin Bieber. It's actually my man. He went on LeBron's show, The Shop, so he could have some real heart-to-heart with a lot of famous people like LeBron. And he talked about once having dreams about starting a future with Rihanna. And when I was a kid, like, I always thought about this as the power couple to end all power couples.
Can I just say something? And it might be an
course.
unpopular opinion. But I honestly think that Rihanna is on a whole other level than Drake. I
Ooh,
mean,
hot take.
she is the head of
Ooh.
her own makeup line. She she's won numerous awards for her music. She's an actor, and she's also now the ambassador of Barbados. So, I mean, Drake can always have a soft spot for her, but I think she's pretty much focused on doing her, and she's also gone to say that she doesn't need any man.
I mean, you're right. She a true champion. She don't need no man. She's successful. And she could really get anyone she wants. So she doesn't have to just settle for Drake. So that's all I'm going to say
I'm
on
sorry,
that
Drake. I really don't think that that's going to happen again anytime soon.
Yeah, but going off of Rihanna being a true champion, we're going to be talking about the NBA champions and them receiving their new bling.
Wow.
Look at this ring. It is worth over $13,000.
$13,000?
And it is reversible. So you can take off the top half of the ring and you can reverse the diamonds that are on the inside to fit your needs, because the Golden State Warriors colors are white, gold, and blue. And so this only goes to show just how incredibly extra they are after winning.
Talk about
the title.
going out in style.
True.
Oh my goodness, look at that. I mean, it could, if you wear a blue suit, just flip it over, or if you're just feeling blue, flip it over. The gold, it's a lot prettier than my class ring.
Yeah, my class ring was kind of bootleg, kind of like melted pennies or something like
Yeah,
that.
it's not as beautiful. But just imagine just walking around with 13K on your finger.
Yeah, I'd never want to like drop it down the drain, because that's literally $13,000 down the drain.
Oh my God, no! I don't even want to think about it. But okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's super stressful, but we're gonna ease off all the stress, and we're gonna head to commercial break. And please come back for more, guys. We're gonna be coming back with more of entertainment with Jackie and Rachel. See you then. Welcome back, guys. We're here back from commercial break with two new guests,
Rachel, Jacqueline.
and they're going to be entertaining us with some sports and entertainment news, so let's get to it.
Yeah, so first we'll start off with sports. So obviously gymnastics has had a lot of controversy surrounding it for the past year and a half with the Larry Nassar scandals, but they're in a new management scandal, I guess you can say. Their CEO resigned after 4 days. She was the interim CEO. Her name's Mary Bono. And she resigned after she tweeted a picture of her Nike shoes and blacked out the Nike sign because of the whole Colin Kaepernick situation, because she doesn't support that. So she resigned after some scrutiny from some of the gymnasts, including Simone Biles. So that was a big name that spoke out against her.
Yeah, you do not want Simone Biles on your bad side.
No.
Seriously, she's
Oh,
an
hell no.
amazing, kick-ass woman. Like, you don't want that.
In 4 days, I mean, it must have been a lot.
Yeah, it's definitely not good for gymnastics, USA Gymnastics in general. A lot of people are actually saying that they need to switch their governing body to include more survivors from the Larry Nassar scandal, which I agree with because, like, obviously you need representation from a group of people who experienced it. But yeah, a lot of people were definitely speaking their mind on the issue. And another person who speaks his mind a lot is Odell Beckham Jr.
My boy. Let's go.
So he recently did an interview with Lil Wayne and expressed his grievances against his team, the Giants. The Giants are not doing too hot right now. They're currently 1-5. They're last place in their division, and they really shouldn't be because they do have some nice talent. It's just their quarterback's not very good. Eli Manning is getting old and can't really, according to Odell Beckham Jr. himself, he can't scramble, he can't throw. So clearly he's had some choice words to say.
How about his life?
Right,
Oh
what
my
a team
God.
player. I could just only
know.
imagine what his team is saying about him right now.
Yeah, even the general manager of the Giants is so mad that Odell is like speaking out against the organization, and he's saying that he should just stick to football and stop talking to the media, which could be it's a good move for the organization in general because you don't want there to come off as there's like an internal conflict within the team because that doesn't look good on anyone in the organization. So that's definitely a huge issue that's going, especially with the Lil Wayne interview. I still can't believe he did that. Like, it's so random.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, Lil Wayne could come out of nowhere and just make any regular thing a whole scene.
Yeah, and it's not even like Lil Wayne was interviewing him. It was a woman interviewing the two of them. So they were both the subject of the interview. It wasn't just one or the other. But we're going to move forward now to baseball because baseball right now we're in the heat of the world or about to be in the World Series. We're in the ALCS and NLCS, but we're just going to focus on the ALCS. It's the Red Sox versus the Astros. Go Sox. The Astros have been under fire though because they've been accused of having a person from their team or their staff go into a media restricted area an area restricted for the media themselves, and he didn't have a media pass, and filming the Red Sox dugout to get the signs that the managers were saying to the team.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not
bad.
Yeah, and the MLB kind of is swiping it under the rug. I'm not sure if they're going to do something, like after the World Series, but currently they aren't really doing much on the issue.
It's definitely gonna start a conversation if they do win, saying that they definitely cheated. Like the whole deflate thing. That happened.
The deflate gate. Yeah, it's going to be interesting seeing a team that's not from New England being under fire if they even become under fire because they did it to the Cleveland Indians too. They had reports that's who tipped off the Red Sox that they were doing it in the first place. So who knows? I mean, I guess that this is a developing story, so I guess we'll see. But as of now, the MLB has said that like the case is closed and that like there's nothing really that they can do about it, which I'm hoping gets reopened because who knows? I mean, this could be something that they've been doing all season. But yeah, we can move on to entertainment now.
Yeah, we have some hot tea with entertainment this week. We have Ariana Grande and Pete Davidson, unfortunately, ending their engagement.
My soul.
Really sad. I think they had a lot of fans, but people say it could be because of both have spoken out about mental health issues and stuff like that. That could have, drawn some tension there. They're both working on themselves. Also, there's theories about Mac Miller's death causing some tension also because Ariana Grande dated him for a long time, much longer than her and Pete were together, just a few weeks before they got engaged.
Yeah, it's honestly a sad situation because obviously they're both struggling with like mental health issues and because they both come forward and talk to about it. But it's good that they're kind of like working on themselves and who knows, maybe in a few months or a few years, like they could get back together at one point.
And definitely Ariana has gone through a really, really bad year. I mean, with the terrorist attack at her concert, with the death of Mac Miller, and people blaming her for that. And also now with this breakup with her and her fiance, she's going through a lot. So she's definitely going to need to take some time for herself.
Yeah, and they're both so powerful and they have such busy lives, busy schedules and stuff like that. So, I mean, they definitely probably need some time to figure out their stuff on their own first. But yeah, speaking of someone else who's going to be pretty busy soon, we got Idris Elba, who's going to be in the live action Cats film. So Cats is like one of the longest running Broadway shows, and it's pretty famous. He's going to be playing the evil character McCavity in the musical, and he'll be joining a cast already of Ian McKellen, Taylor Swift, Jennifer Hudson, James Corden. It's a pretty good cast.
It's an all-star cast. I am so excited for this. This musical is a classic. It's been around for a while now, but it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt it into a film, especially. But just him already joining this all-star cast, that's just insane. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and we go to some weirder news now. I mean, that's all great news and stuff, but in Uganda this week, we see Kim and Kanye handing out Yeezys to Ugandan orphans, which is, I don't really know if that's what they're needing at this point, or what their aim was with that. I don't know.
Wait. So Kanye went to Africa to give impoverished kids Yeezys.
Yes, that is exactly what he did.
Oh my
gosh.
God.
I mean,
Very
he could have
Kanye.
even just made a shoe and sold like the shoe and to benefit and donated all of the proceeds from the shoe that he sold to them. It makes no sense to me, but I mean, if they feel like they're doing something good for that community, then more power to them. I mean, at least they're attempting to do something, you know?
It's just
but-
Kanye thinking what is right, and right now I don't think Kanye is in any way close to making rational thoughts. So he probably thought this was a good idea in the moment, but
Some ego building thing for 2020. Who knows? Yeah.
oh God, okay, no, we're moving to Canada if that happens because they legalize weed now. So
We can move to Canada after the show, and that is actually it, guys. Thank you for watching our show. Please come back for another episode of Spark News, and it's Philip,
Rachel,
Jacqueline.
and Michelle.
and we'll see you guys later.
good night.